Hi, folks. This is Sean Hyman from The Logical Investor, and somebody had asked me how to set up their charts like mine. And so I briefly described that before, but I've never shown it in detail. And so I thought it would be a good time to share those types of things. And, it's one of the things I like about the commentary and feedback that I get on the site, because with all the interactivity, it shows me the questions that you have and the things that the gaps that are out there and the things that I can fill in with education and help with. I'm at stockcharts.com, which is the site that I use. So stockcharts.com. And also, let me take a step back. So this video will not cover explaining how the technical indicators are used. That is in the Ask Sean section of the site. And you scroll down in the left-hand column. I know you're only seeing part of the site because of the way my screen's set up. But it's this video called Technical Indicators Explained. And you can click that, and it'll bring up the video that shows all the indicators that I use and why they're important and that sort of thing. So that'll help you there. But going back to just how to set up your charts, at stockcharts.com, I just go to the, let me kind of squeeze this in like this for a second so you can see. I just go to the search bar, and I just put in any ticker symbol just to pull something up. And let's see, I think I can bring this back to full screen now. We're good. Yeah. So that gets us to the chart section of the site, because there's many aspects to stockcharts.com. Most of it I don't use, but this is the charting part. I change up some of the default settings a bit. So I use both daily and weekly time frames. So I'm going to show you how I do things on daily first, and then I'll show you weekly next. So daily, I don't leave it on fill the chart. I typically go with 1 year, and so it automatically changes that. Extra bars, a lot of times I'll put some extra bars on there, and what that does is when I hit enter, it'll leave space here to where I can draw stuff and things like that on there. You don't necessarily need that, but that's how I get that space on my page to be able to draw arrows into the future and things of that sort. So I leave it on candlesticks. I go from 700 to 900, which increases the size of the chart, which just makes it a lot more, to me, the bigger the chart is, even if you don't have vision problems like I do, it'll help you to see waves better, if you're counting Elliott waves and things of that sort. So also, I think taking off log scale helps you analyze Elliott waves better. So I take log scale off. I put price labels on. So I uncheck log scale. I check price labels. Instead of volume overlay, I go separate. So that way it makes it to where the volume doesn't bleed into the actual price chart. So it separates it out and just makes it more easy on the eye. So I keep the simple moving averages the same, the 50 and the 200. On the RSI, I change it from the traditional 14 period to a 6 period. I don't know anybody that uses a 6 period except for me. So I'm sure somebody out there does. But I just played with a lot of RSI parameters, and the 14 period just doesn't give near as many signals as you need. And I played with parameters far lower and far higher than that. And for me, the 6 period worked out better than any of them. So that's just me doing a ton of testing over a lot of years. And then MACD, I keep on the traditional 12, 26, 9 settings, and I don't mess with the above and below, so I keep that way. So then you just click on any one of those update buttons there, and that should happen off. So I just give it a quick check over. RSI 6, daily chart, we're going back a year in time. I've got the volume separated out rather than it being up here in the price chart, so I can see, because that's going to make volume spikes stand out to me a lot more. Particularly if a stock is hitting 52-week lows and the volume is spiking, the volume and the price are almost like bleeding into each other. So that's why I separate them out. And then the MACD has got its traditional settings as well. So that's it for a daily chart. So on a weekly chart, now again, I use a multi-tab browser like Google Chrome. And of course, with me researching and all that, I might have 30 tabs up at a time, and that's why I use super fast gaming laptops and big, large screens and monitors that can handle the computing capacity and the surface area to cover all that. But I would encourage you to just keep a weekly tab chart up and a daily tab chart up, and that's what I do. I just keep those set up all the time. So, but I'm going to show you, so I'm going to stay on the same tab so you can just see the differentiations I make. Obviously you change the daily period to weekly. In the predefined range area, so I don't pick a defined one, I pick select start/end. So that allows me to do a customized one. And so the ending is today, so that's no need to change anything there. But the start defaults to 2017. So we're in 2018. So if I wanted to do a 10-year chart, I would just simply go back to 2008. So if this were 2019, I go back to 2009, etc. So I go 08 and hit enter, and then I go through. So all this is still set up the way that I need it. Everything's still separated out. All other parameters are the same. So I click update, and now I've got a weekly 10-year chart. And remember, if I want the extra spaces in them, I can put in extra spaces, click update, and that's where I get that space there to work with when I'm drawing stuff. So if you happen to be drawing stuff on charts, you could do that as well. So I use Microsoft Paint to draw a lot of my stuff in my Windows-based computer. But you can use the annotate, and you can click the lines and things like that, and draw trend lines and that sort of thing. So there's things that you can change, and draw even without going to an exterior program. You can stay right within Stockcharts.com if you want to, and draw different things and show different lines that are happening. And so you just draw them and let go, and then so you're just left clicking with your mouse, drawing your line across, letting go, and then if you needed to adjust it, you can grab it and left click, hold down your mouse, and put it wherever you want, and then let up. And then when you move your mouse somewhere else and click again, it locks it in. So that's how you do that. And then if you want to clear the whole screen, start over again, or anything like that, you just hit this X up in the top right hand corner of your screen. So I'm not quite sure if that picked up in the way I've got the size of the video screen set up. It's the upper right hand corner, and it creates an X up there just to the top right of the chart. And that's how I do it. So that'll get you your chart set up the way that I have them, in case you want to exactly replicate what I do. And then I like the price labels on there, like I say, because it lets me see just automatically. I know, at certain major highs and certain major lows, what prices are, without having to kind of follow a line across and see where it was on the right hand scale. So I just find that helpful as well. So the bigger your chart, the better, typically, and it just makes things easier to see. On a weekly chart, I tend to go back 10 years in time. If something happens and I still haven't found what I believe to be a major low on the chart, then I can go back much further in time. Like if I needed to go instead of 2008, if I needed to go 1998 and click there, then I've got 20 years back, for instance. So I can make that however I need. And keep in mind, if you really need to zoom in on some near-term activity, of course you can always do like weekly, 1 year, and update, and that'll show you in detail and close up that data. So like if I want to see, for instance, what the MACD histogram bars are doing, but it was kind of hard for me to tell on that, I can always do that, and then I can go back to instead of predefined, go back to my start and end and put in 2008 since we're in 2018, and I get a 10-year chart going back. And it's a way to get long distances in time back on a charting service that's free. So I like that. And their stuff's just easy to use. That's why I use Stockcharts.com. I don't make anything from them. I don't get any advertising money from them or anything like that. It's just I've played around with a lot of charting packages through the year, and those are the ones I've grown comfortable with. They're very popular. All right, so that is it. Thanks so much for watching. God bless, and feel free to pass this video along, share it on social media, through email, what have you, to help spread the word about what we're doing here at the Logical Investor. Because remember, all the free stuff, which is anything outside of the premium tab, you can freely share with those outside of the site, social media, through email, whatever, and that'll help us get the word out about the site and help it to continue to keep growing. All right, thanks so much, and God bless. Bye bye.